Hello all and welcome to the Pencrest High School AP Physics 1 video series. This is the course guide and syllabus. This video will be your introduction to the course. To get the most out of the video, you should probably have the hard copy course guide in front of you. It's available on the rtmsd.org website under Pencrest eFaculty Mr. Ciccarelli, and also I've provided it for you on the Facebook group page. This video and all those in the series have been prepared by your instructor, Mr. Ciccarelli. That's this guy. I've been teaching at Pencrest since 1997. I'm also the coach of the Physics Olympics and Science Olympiad teams. If you don't know where my room is, it's D111. Go past the cafeteria as if you're coming from the main office. Head all the way down to the far end of D Wing, and that's where you'll find D111. Dr. Lombardo is also an instructor in the physics department. You're encouraged to seek him out for help if Mr. Ciccarelli is not available. His room is in D106, which is right next to D111. That's this guy. Now, these two teachers form a very cohesive department. All decisions are made communally, and since we both teach the same course, students in each of the with each of the teachers will get the same exams on the same day, same homework, same labs, effectively the same course. Now, as far as the course content goes, the course will adopt course objectives associated with the Advanced Placement Physics 1 course. If you do a search for AP Central, go to course home pages and look for AP Physics 1. You can find lots of information, including the official College Board AP Physics 1 course guide. Physics might be described as the rules that govern the behavior of the objects you see around you. What we're going to try to do this year is describe these behaviors in two ways. The first is qualitatively, that is in concept. The second is quantitatively, that is with measurements and calculations. Much of the year will consist of classical mechanics, which deals primarily with the motion of objects. These objects could be something as small as an atomic nucleus or as big as a star. We'll also look at waves and sound, and we'll finish the year with electrostatics and DC circuits. Now, we do have a textbook. That textbook is Gene Coley's Physics Principles with Applications. It's the 5th edition. We'll issue that early in the year, probably first or second day of school. I don't use it very much. I certainly don't teach from it. You don't have to drag it back and forth to school, but some students have found it to be a useful resource. Now, the calendar for this course is going to be found under the eFaculty options on the RTMSD website. I'm sure you've been there before. Under Ciccarelli and Lombardo, you'll see links to the calendar. The calendar will contain due dates, exam dates, assignments, handouts, practice exams, links to video lessons, and information about Physics Olympics meets. It is expected that you will consult the calendar on a regular basis. It contains all the due dates and classroom activities, so nothing should come as a surprise. I would suggest going to the calendar, putting it in your favorites folder, or bookmarking it somehow so that you can get to it easily. Printed materials will be required for use in class on a regular basis. Failure to do so, failure to bring them with you, will have a negative effect on your grade. See the instructor if you do not have internet access at home. Again, this is the my spot under eFaculty. You'll see a link there to the AP Physics 1 calendar. Here's what it looks like. This is September of last year. Notice that just about everything you need is here. Okay, nothing comes as a surprise. If you see a calendar item that's green, that means it's a link to one of the videos in the video series. It will match up with the lesson for that day. If you see red is an assignment, either issued or a due date, and the blue are quizzes and exams. So again, nothing should come as a surprise. Now you will need a scientific calculator for this course. It's going to be necessary to keep it with you and bring it every day. Scientific calculator has trigonometric functions and scientific notation. You'll need both. Most people seem to use the TI 83 or 84. They cost about $100 now. Any scientific calculator will do. Some are available for as low as $10. So if you don't have one yet, you will need one. Now, we mentioned links to video lessons. Most of the course content will be delivered through a set of optional video lessons available on my YouTube channel, which you'll have a link to. Links to each of the lessons will be accessed through the calendar. Daily lessons will have videos associated with them. Videos can be viewed before you come to class. You can look at them later as a refresher of the concepts. Video lessons are effectively identical to classroom lessons on any given day. Now, the grading in this course is based on a weighted categories point system. Just about everything we do is worth something. Timed in-class exams contribute 40% of your grade. Quizzes contribute 20% of your grade, and everything else, including homework, labs, preparation, etc., contributes the other 40%. Exams come at the end of the unit. Exams are conducted over 2 days. The first day will consist of a multiple choice exam with 25 questions. The second day will consist of 3 free response or open-ended questions. All the questions will be modeled on the AP Physics 1 exam. Multiple choice exams will be administered either through Scantron or through an electronic web-based platform called Webassign. Each portion will constitute half of your exam grade. You will not get extra time unless you have an official IEP document stating that it is required. Both sections of the exams will be scaled using a transformed score to align the raw scores with AP scaling, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're not familiar with AP exam scores, the details on that scaling will follow. Quizzes usually occur on Fridays that don't have an exam. They're normally 10 objective multiple choice questions administered through Webassign and 1 free response question. Quizzes are not scaled. Experiments. This course will deal with a lot of physical principles that we will verify in the laboratory. Experiments may involve taking data in class, typically with what's called Data Studio software on your iPads. Some of the experiments are competitive nature, in which an unknown quantity is determined and the experimental accuracy is part of your grade. You can expect 1 or 2 experiments for each 3-week unit. Occasionally there's more. You will also see an experimental design component in which you will design experiments for specific purposes, and that is aligned with the AP course guidelines. Now, preparation. It's going to be assumed that you will come to class every day ready to do whatever is required by your instructor. In each marking period, a column labeled preparation will appear in the gradebook. Each student will start each marking period with 10 points in this column. Each infraction will incur a deduction from the preparation grade. Infractions include, but are not limited to, the following: failure to bring a notebook, failure to bring your calculator or a writing implement, failure to submit assignments on the due date, failure to print class materials from the physics website when required, use of physics class as a study hall, that's a big one. Calculator and iPad games, uncharged or missing iPad on exam day. You get the idea. If you tend to forget things, figure out how to remember them, or this grade will be a problem for you. Every time you forget something or don't have something that you need, your grade will go down. Bonus is if, on the other hand, you go above and beyond what is required, your instructor may be inclined to add to the bonus column. This assignment will initially be blank. When you do something above and beyond, that might include having someone else turn in your assignment on a due date when you know you will be absent. That's a nice thing for me to receive. Maybe you could help someone make up a lab after school. Participation in Physics Olympics is another way to add to the bonus column. There will be bonus opportunities in class on occasion. They will come pretty frequently, actually. Now, as far as Webassign goes, Webassign is a web-based assignment platform. I have created accounts for you. Assignments are administered roughly on a weekly basis. Weekly assignments will have specific predetermined due dates, and there are no exceptions, even if you're absent. Weekly assignments typically are due on Friday. The program shuts down at 7 a.m., and you will not be able to submit answers electronically after that time. You are responsible for printing each assignment, and you will use the printed copy to show your work. Credit will not be given on homework assignments until answers are submitted electronically and work is submitted physically. Printed copies with work are due at the beginning of class on each respective due date. Details on accessing your Webassign account will be provided on the first day of school. Now, we spend a lot of class time working on all types of assignments. Whatever's not completed in class becomes homework. You will not have daily assignments, but you will have time to work on them in class. It is expected that class time not spent in lecture or lab will be spent doing physics. Once again, physics is not a study hall under any circumstances. Should you decide to do work for other classes, it will reduce your preparation grade without warning. Now, absences. We understand that sub-absences are unavoidable. They're described as excused by administration. It's not our job, however, to decide what is excusable. We simply record what people are present and what people are not present. We're not interested particularly in the reason for your absence. College visit is not a better or more valid absence than a doctor's appointment. Unexcused absences are treated as per the district policy, a grade of 0 on any assessment. Any missed assessment via unexcused absence may not be made up. That includes homework, that includes exams, that includes quizzes. Unexcused absence, automatic 0. Senior cut day is not recognized as an excused absence. Your birthday is not a national, state, or local holiday. In the event that you miss something, the grade will be recorded as a Z, which is interpreted by Gradebook as a 0 until the assignment is submitted. The following policies are in effect. Should you miss an exam or a quiz, an alternate version will be administered upon your return to school. It is your responsibility to bring it up to your instructor. Exams and quizzes will not be administered early. The alternate version by necessity will be different from the original version. I will say this now. You'll hear me say it again. It is in your best interest to be present on assessment days. Experiments. If you miss an experiment, it's your responsibility to schedule a makeup time. You will also arrange for somebody who has already taken the lab to assist you. The makeup time will be cleared through your instructor. You have 2 weeks to make up missed experiments. After that, the Z goes to a permanent 0. Other assignments, if you're absent on the day that an assignment is due, it is once again your responsibility to get the assignment to the instructor upon your return. A better idea is to have a friend or a classmate or a brother or sister submit your assignment for you on time. No electronic submissions of any kind other than your answers in Webassign. Do not place assignments in the mailbox. Do not slide assignments under the door. Do not throw assignments onto my desk or my chair. If you miss a due date, put the assignment into your instructor's hands with an explanation while making eye contact. Late assignments are assessed a penalty of 20%. Now, there is an established bonus process for exams and quizzes. You may complete a bonus assessment after school or during lunch or study hall. This assessment will allow you to get back up to half the points you missed on the original exam. For example, a student scores 17 out of 25 on a given exam. This student completes the bonus and gets a 70% on it. The student would get 70% of half of the missed points. The student missed 8 points on the exam. So 0.7 times 8 over 2 adds 2.8. The final grade for this exam would be 19.8 out of 25. Now, the course content in physics is difficult for most people. There's always a few who find it easy, but I can usually count them on one hand in a given year. The only way to actually fail the course is to not turn things in. Any missing assignments will be converted to a grade of 0. Okay, it is your responsibility to make sure that you have everything turned in. You have access to your grades at all times through the Home Access Center. It's up to you to make sure that everything is present. I'm not going to hunt you down. Dr. Lombardo's not going to hunt you down. We're not going to get on the phone and call mommy. It is your responsibility to make sure that you have everything turned in. If there's anything missing, it's your responsibility to take care of it, not our responsibility to chase you down. Okay? So that is all. And next we'll get into the content. We'll start looking at kinematics, or the study of motion. Until then, enjoy, and I'll see you again soon.